Yeah.
You'll be able to see afterwards.
Ready when you guys are.
A couple of the guys were telling us yesterday that they used to get nervous when they were younger around Nick. Did you ever get nervous when he was watching something?
Absolutely. Absolutely I did. Naturally, he's just such a guy of such, stature and importance, especially around here. I mean, he's the next closest thing to God, and so for us, we love him to death, and that's something that we just respect him and admire him so much. I mean, naturally, he's just a guy who, has a big effect on you. And of course, you used to get nervous around him, but now, our relationship's so great now. It's perfect.
Does that make it hard to approach him when you have issues or questions? Does that make it difficult when he's got such a magnified presence does that make it hard to do that sometimes?
Naturally, as a freshman, it probably does. But once you get out of that mindset and start to realize that, okay, he's our coach. He cares about us. He loves us. He wants the best for us. He's going to help us out. Once you get past that, it's not hard at all. He's a great guy. He's going to tell you what you need to know. He's going to, coach you up. He's going to tell you, everything to make you better. And so once you just swallow, that preconceived notion and you actually get up there and ask him, you won't regret it.
Can you remember any time when you screwed up in practice or misspoke trying to talk to him because you were nervous?
No, I can't really remember a specific time. I do remember a certain play against Middle Tennessee my freshman year where I didn't make like an out call on a block, and he blew me up on the sideline. But it happens to everyone. But of course that just adds to it. So he demands a lot out of us. And we respect him to death, and that's something that we all love him, and it's that's just how he is, and that's why he's the best.
Be remiss if we bring up you were caught on video the other day, kind of saying what you're intended to be in January. I guess what sparked that? What was behind that? And
yeah.
I guess usually that you don't hear that kind of talk around here. The expectation is maybe, but you don't hear that talk at this point.
Right. I really just wanted to get the guys focused on, the big picture. We all preach, one day at a time, and I'm a firm believer of that. But we can't forget, what the end goal in mind is. When you start in the beginning, you have the end in mind, right? And that's it was the first day of pads, and I really wanted to get the guys motivated, because sometimes whenever you get in camp, you get so lost in the monotony of every day just grind, and you're like, what are we working for? And I really wanted to get in the guys' minds, that this is a big deal, guys. We can do a really big thing, so let's focus on what we're doing, and let's have the end in mind.
Do you guys watch those videos?
We'll see them like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I usually don't try to be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook that much during camp, but if I'm on it, I'll watch it just because it's a highlight tape. You like seeing yourself making plays, you like seeing your teammates making plays, and our video guys do a really great job of editing that and putting it together. So it's nice to watch. It's a really good feature that we have.
So when you're
Hale,
on,
make sure you answer to the cameras.
Yeah.
He didn't need
Oh,
to
I got you.
look at it.
I got you.
when you're on one of those and you see it, are you kind of like, oh man, that's gonna get some attention? When you make a statement like,
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that is a perk of being Alabama football player, and definitely it's something that you try to look forward to with whatever videos or whatever they're making, and that's something that I think is really cool. Just a really cool feature that we have. It's definitely something that gets you excited.
The speakers that you guys have had, do you have a favorite?
Man, they've all been really great. Personally, we had a guy, Ben Newman, who I thought was really, really good. I'm a little biased because he's a Missouri guy. He's from St. Louis, so we kind of had a little Show Me State connection, and we talked a little bit, but he was really good. He kind of just talked about standard over feelings, which I am a big proponent of just because, camp is, like I said, is such a grind, and, too many people get caught up in how they feel. My back hurts, my knees hurt, my whatever hurts, and that's you just got to put all that behind you, and you just got to grind every day. And it's important to uphold the standard. I'm sure you've heard Coach Saban say that a million times, but that's important, and I think he really preached on that, and he did a really good job.
I think he's talked about toughness. Even the first press conference here, that was a huge thing. He brought up. What are you seeing from? There's a lot of youth on this team, a lot more maybe than in previous years. But what are you seeing from some of those guys? And what are you telling them to kind of get that out?
Yeah, we have a lot of really great young players, and that that toughness that they're trying to establish is something that they're going to figure out really quick during camp. that's something that you, as a freshman, especially when you're 18, 19 years old, you might not necessarily have that right off the bat just because you're coming from high school where you were the guy, you dominated everyone, and now you come here and, you're catching just a, 5-yard out route and you just get knocked on your butt. That's like never happened before. So that's something that you got to really be able to develop really quick. And I think us as older guys, if we can learn to help them with that, that will help their process speed up a lot faster and really just, hammer home just toughness side, but also the mental toughness side.
Going back to the video, have you found yourself being more vocal this year?
Absolutely. I was always a guy before who just wanted to lead by example, and that's obviously really important. But as I get older and older, I start to realize that sometimes it's not enough just leading by example, and that's something that I'm really trying to focus on this year is to be a vocal leader because we've had a lot of great leaders who went to the draft last year or are gone now, guys like Mika, and it's time for someone to step up and try to take their place, and we have a lot of great guys on this team who can do that. So I'm trying to fill those shoes.
How can that be awkward sometimes when you're trying to change maybe what you've done your entire life, being more vocal? Have you had an experience about that? Maybe you caught yourself kind of being awkward or whatever?
I mean, definitely, because for me, my whole life, I've always just been, lead by example guy, like just go to work every day, don't say anything, and mind your business and just show guys what it's supposed to look like. Me, it's a comfort zone thing. I mean, I think you have to get out of your comfort zone. That's what a lot of speakers have talked about. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's something I've really tried to push myself to do this year, to get out of that box that I'm comfortable in, and really be a leader for not only the young guys but the older guys on our team who might need a little direction as well. And that's something that it's definitely awkward at times, but I'm trying my best to really get comfortable with that.
Hale, every time there's a change in offensive coordinators, everybody says he'll probably be throwing to the tight end, who's always open. So have you grown to accept that might not be true, or does hope spring eternal?
I mean, at the tight end position, we're extremely happy with whatever comes our way. I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to block and we're going to do the job we're supposed to do. We're going to be pass protectors. We're going to get guys open, and we're going to be mismatches down the middle of the field, and if we're not in the game plan, that's okay. I mean, I feel like as time has grown on, we have a really unselfish attitude, and almost never do you hear us grumbling about, they're not throwing the ball away, we're not getting touches, and that's something as a tight end unit we're trying to, establish the fact to just always be grateful. I don't like having that mindset that's like, well, I'm not getting the ball, Like, I understand that, but at the end of the day, like, we're playing for one of the best teams in the country, and we're blocking for great running backs, and we're creating plays, and we're scoring, and we're winning. Like, that should be enough, and if it's not enough, then I can't really help you out. And if balls come our way, that's great. We're really happy about that. But at the end of the day, that's not our call. That's the offensive coordinator's call, and we're happy to do whatever he tells us to do.
You seen from Miller, how is he kind of bounced back from that?
Man, Miller's been working extremely hard. He's done a really great job, trying to bounce back from a very, horrific, terrible injury. Obviously I don't wish that upon anyone else, and especially not Miller because he's one of my best friends. But, I've seen him just work, push, grind every single day, and he's done a phenomenal job of trying to get back to where he was. Obviously, you guys saw his freshman year. He was a great playmaker, and you guys will, definitely see him get back out there and make plays for us and, be a significant part of our offense. So, he's just got to keep rehabbing and getting stronger and, and just getting back to where he was. And I have no doubt that he'll be able to do that.
Okay. Thanks, Hale.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Deionte Thompson.
Right here.
And just look at the cameras. Even if these guys around the edges ask you questions, answer to the cameras.
We got cameras too. So.
All right. Anyway, congrats on graduating.
Thank you.
What was your major?
Environmental science.
And how big was that to get that kind of done before the season started?
I mean, it was a big honor. Just walking across that stage, having my family there to support me, and just all the hard work that went in to get my degree. It's all a part of the process. I'm blessed to have the degree, and I'm just thankful for it.
Does that help, going into football now? I mean, you're obviously still being enrolled in classes, but does that help, you maybe take the next step on the field too?
Yes, sir. Because, I'll probably have a few online classes, and, won't be in class that much, so I'll be up here watching film and taking care of my body.
How much confidence did you get from last year at the end during the playoffs, and where you had to step up and make plays, and you did?
I gained a lot of confidence from it, just playing with the guys that I play with, Minka, Ronnie, Levi, Anthony Averett, just being in the game with those guys and getting a feel for what was going on at that time. It was a great learning experience, and I learned from it and gained a lot of knowledge and skills from it.
Given, you've only had a certain amount of experience as starting and that kind of stuff, what's it like to be the most experienced guy in that secondary right now, where, even what little you've had?
You just know with the little depth, just being in those games, it just taught you how things go. So I can relate to the guys around me and communicate with them and tell them how it's going to be. So we'll have a good feel for it going into the first game.
How different is it in this, in August as opposed to it was in spring football?
It's a little bit different because the coaches picked up the intensity. We're 20 days away from our first game, so there's a lot of stuff going to be coming at us fast, and we just gotta mentally just slow it down, listen to the play, break the play down, break the formations down, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job of that.
We've seen you next to Xavier. What's that bond like between you two, and then what do you think you guys offer as a pair back at safety? With Xavier McKinney, we've seen you with him in practice. What do you guys think? What do you think you offer as a pair, and then what's your bond like with him?
Xavier, he's a good player. He's the guy that can make the calls across the board, get it communicated to each of the corners, and our bond is very tight. We're close, and he's doing a pretty good job.
What's Shaquem Carter like?
Shaheem's a smart football player. He knows formations in and out. He knows by receiver alignment what they're going to do, and he's a veteran in the secondary too. He's been here for a long time, and he knows what's going on, and I'm proud of him.
Is he the most versatile defensive back on this team?
He can play just about any position in the secondary, so he's very versatile.
Some of the guys were telling us that they used to get nervous around Coach Saban when they were younger. Was that ever the case with you when you got here?
I still get nervous around Coach Saban. It's just his presence when he walks in the room. He's about his business. So, first time it's gonna be uncomfortable, but once you get used to him, you get comfortable.
Is it tougher considering how much he works with defensive backs? Do you always feel like he's kind of looking over your shoulder a little bit?
Yeah.
Considering how much he works with the defensive backs, do you always feel like he's right there watching?
Oh yeah, he's watching it all the time. Even if he's not around, he's watching. Eye in the sky's watching. He's gonna watch it on film. And he knows. He'll tell you exactly what you done in the meeting, even before the play pops up.
Can you think of any time when you were nervous and made a mistake because you were overthinking it, or you were worried about what you might do or something?
I'd probably go back to like my freshman, my sophomore year. Mm-hmm. That was always the case. And even before the meeting started, he'd tell me what I'd done wrong, and I'd just be like, yeah, he's watching at all times. So be aware.
Does that make it difficult sometimes when you have a presence like that, and whether or not whatever he's doing, does that make it difficult sometimes to approach him or the other coaches when you have problems or things you want to talk about?
No, sir. Not difficult at all, because it's a football side, and then it's a side that people rarely see. Coach Saban's a great coach, a great father figure, just a great male figure, and anything besides football, I feel like I can go to him and talk about it.
What's it like these receivers, the young receivers you guys have? What's it like facing them in practice? What do they bring?
Our receivers as a whole, they bring a lot to the table. They're speed guys. They run good routes, get in and out of breaks, and guarding them at practice is very challenging. And they bring the best out of us, and we bring the best out of them. So.
Yeah. What have you seen from the younger guys, the younger freshmen you've come in? It's Joe, Patrick, Jalen.
These guys they can all play. They're very athletic. They're long and rangy kind of guys. So they've done a good job thus far in fall camp, and looking forward to seeing the future unfold.
Who is a guy that's back there with you that maybe we haven't thought, that you think we haven't thought of, that you think's really doing a good job?
It's at safety.
Secondary.
Secondary in general. It's a lot of guys. All of them are making good strides in camp so far, and all the guys in the secondary are doing a pretty good job.
How's Trayvon Diggs doing this year?
He's doing pretty good. He's doing really good. Trayvon is a guy, you know, he's played in the secondary, got reps in games, and, you know, is a guy we're going to be counting on at corner this year.
Who's the hardest hitter in the secondary? Who hits the hardest?
I mean, if you can't answer yourself, I'm not even looking at you straight.
Hey. Got a lot of guys that can hit hard in the secondary. Yeah. Me. I said me.
There you go.
Anything else? Thanks, Deionte.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right. You looking forward to the first scrimmage on Saturday?
Definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to the scrimmage. It's been a long time it's been a little while since I've been able to be in that type of environment, and I'm just looking forward to it and ready to go out and compete.
How's your knee feeling?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. That's the best I can explain it. I mean, I still go down there and I do some feel good stuff on it and make sure I'm taken care of it and go out and practice and compete, and I feel great.
What's it like having the ESPN cameras around? I mean, do you guys even notice them at this point?
No, we don't even pay attention to them. We just try to pretend like they ain't even there and don't let it be a distraction and do what we do.
You looking forward to seeing the show?
Seeing the show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. But we in camp right now, so I don't know how much of it I get to watch.
What are these days like? I mean, no school. I mean, it just seems like the way, obviously it sounds like a grind, you know, the heat, but you're here the whole day pretty much, right? So how much time do you get to yourself to, you know, kind of take it easy a little bit or whatever?
Oh, I'd rather do this any day. Football all day. that's what I'm about. But I mean, obviously, you know, we got when the season starts, we have classes and we have to go to class and do that and handle the stuff on the football field. But right now, it's all about football, and you can't ask for nothing else better than that right now. And I mean, we enjoying it. And we competing every day, getting better as a defense and getting better as a team, bonding with each other. And I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that.
You talked about the youth, the guys that really don't have that much playing experience, that this team will count on defense. You know, a lot of guys with a couple games maybe, but nothing significant, especially in the secondary. As a guy that's been out there and been on the field, what are you telling these young guys at this point, knowing that they're going to be counted on come season?
I mean, usually before anybody play it, they'll have the right amount of confidence and they'll know everything they need to know to get on the field. And I just tell them to continue to work on their craft and continue to get better each and every day. And I mean, we all together. We one defense at the end of the day, and where somebody lacks, so another person picks them up, and that's how we look at it.
On that note, what have you seen from Yabi and Oma, and how far along is he coming? Or how good is he coming along?
They great. All the freshmen came in. They great. They come in. They ready to work. They got the right mindset. They just come in and constantly competing, and that's what it's all about. You got to come in camp and compete every day, and that's what they've done.
You talked about being off ball right now. What's a typical day like? We know about the part on the field, but what time do you get here, and what time do you leave, and what do you do when you're not on the field?
We usually get here about 7:15, and we probably don't leave until like 9:30 tonight. I mean, it's just football means with me, I go in and do like extra treatment and all kind of stuff like that. So I'm constantly up here all day, and I just try to make the best of it, man, and don't take anything for granted, and just enjoy my teammates at the end of the day.
What do you see from Christian and kind of how he's a guy that's had a lot of potential, and maybe because of injuries like yourself, sometimes hasn't gotten a chance to see the field as much as others. So what are you seeing now, his approach this year, his final year? Where do you see him at right now?
Christian, he playing at a high level. He practicing at a high level. He comes out and he's a role model, man. He's a great competitor. He's a leader. And he just one of the guys that coach knows that he's gonna do stuff right and that he can count on to lead the team, and that's definitely what he's proven. And he continue to do that.
Are meetings for the defense any different with Tosh as defensive coordinator? Does he get you guys amped up a little bit more, or a lot more energy in there?
Yeah, I mean Tosh, he's definitely one of those energetic coaches, and he always got the energy, never like lagging and nothing like that. But I mean, means they still run the same, but he just brings a different kind of juice to the means. I mean, in the end of the day, it still ran the same. It's just that, like you said, he brings some more juice.
Give us an example of, like, you've been in a meeting going over film and something like that. I mean, we see him in practice, and he says some funny stuff, and you know, sometimes we're laughing at it. But what's he like in meeting? Are you cracking up sometimes? Or?
Definitely, that's him. That's just him being him. I mean, he don't try to change anything that he do. He take Tashi. It's him all the 24/7. That's what you're gonna get. I mean, cool. But when it's time to go, he ready to go. And I mean, that's something he can't relate to us, and that's something that as players that we love.
Do you have a favorite Tosh saying? Or anything like?
Man, he got all the jokes. I can't really think of one. He's just a pretty cool dude, man. He's just cool. He's a cool coach.
It's not in your position group, but any of the defensive backs jumping out at you so far?
I mean, they all of them. They all coming and competing, and they working every day to get better. And you can't take anything away from any of them. But they all just working.
What's Shaheem Carter like?
Who?
Shaheem Carter.
Oh, it's a leader. Shaheem, a leader. He was definitely one of the guys that stepped up and took on the responsibility of being a leader for the secondary. And he comes to work every day. He tried to take all the reps. I had to tell him, like, yeah, come on, bro. But he tried to take all the reps. He just one of those. He don't say too much. He's one of those prove by example dudes, and I mean, you gotta appreciate that.
What's the most nervous you've ever been around Nick?
Nervous?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell you off the head. I mean, coach. You just gotta understand coaching, understand when it's time and when it's time to do certain things. Like when it's time to be about football, it's about football, and when it's time to joke, he'll joke with you sometimes. But other than that, just coach.
Thanks.
No problem.
Thank you.